Hey there, how's it going? Dave here, just making a quick video about this documentary I've been wanting to see for years. It's called Frank Miller, American Genius. Now, I believe this documentary was completed in around 2021, but it's really difficult to locate. It hasn't been released on DVD, and it's not on any streaming services, at least none that I can find anyway. There have been some private screenings here and there, like at comic cons, comic conventions, and stuff like that. Mostly in America. I think there was one here in Australia about a year ago. I think in Melbourne, and which is fair enough, I suppose. Melbourne's a cool city and all, but I live about 1,000 kilometres away from Melbourne, so obviously I couldn't quite get there in time. Anyway, Frank Miller is one of my favourite American cartoonists. He's right up there with all the other legends like Robert Crumb, Karl Barks, Harvey Kurtzman, Will Eisner, etc., etc. All the legends, Jack Kirby. The innovators and the boundary breakers, the ones that create artwork that's not just cool to look at, but it really makes you think. You know. Now, like a lot of the greats, he's a bit of a polarizing figure. He's got his share of controversies, which usually, that's not uncommon when it comes to a lot of legends of art, legendary artists. And I'm hoping the documentary explores some of that, so that it's not just a celebration of his legacy, as it should be, but I hope it's a bit of a warts and all approach as well, highlighting some of the darker aspects of his life and his career, which would be fascinating. I'm reminded of another documentary about another one of my favourite American cartoonists, whom I mentioned a little while ago. Yeah, Robert Crumb. Yeah, Terry Zwigoff made a documentary on Robert Crumb back in the 1990s. I think that's the Blu-ray cover there, and there's the regular DVD cover. David Lynch Presents, that's right. Fantastic documentary, and says again, it's a celebration of his legacy. He was a phenomenal artist, still is, and but it also sheds some light on some of the darker aspects of his life and career, particularly his family, his parents, and his brothers. And it's quite tragic. Many aspects of it are very confronting and upsetting, but it's an absolutely brilliant documentary. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. And this is one of the reasons I'm hoping Frank Miller, American Genius, is released someday on DVD, because I'll sit it right next to my Crumb documentary on DVD. That'd be kind of cool. Two of my favourite American cartoonists and the documentaries on them, sort of side by side. I've got tons of books by Frank Miller, as well as Robert Crumb, obviously. But as I said, this one in particular, American Genius, very difficult to find, even though it's apparently been around for a couple of years. Does anybody know any information about it, about why it hasn't been released on DVD and can't be seen on, Netflix or Amazon or anything like that? Anyone that's got any information that can shed some light on this subject, please let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. And what about you? Are you a fan of Frank Miller or Robert Crumb? Have you seen these docos? Yeah, feel free to let me know in the comments. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you wish. And I'll probably make a few other videos in the near future. I just thought I'd make a quick one today. But anyway, thanks a lot. Cheers.